Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, this is BestInSlot and we are back working on our 1993 Jurassic Park. Now, first thing we need to do is swap ourselves back to daytime because I can't see a bloody thing. We still don't have any storms, unfortunately. We only have 2 episodes left to go. We need our clever girl Raptor and we need our Jurassic Park-fied gallimimus T.rex scene. We're gonna get started on that right now because, I did a little count earlier on. It's quite hard to get an exact number of gallimimuses. I believe in the novel there's 17 gallimimuses, something like that. In the film, there's definitely more. I counted about 23, 24 gallimimuses. So we're going to get that going nice and early. One thing we're going to do, we're going to I need to clear out shop, basically. And we're going to get rid of success rate. Because we're near the end now, we don't need the longer lifespan. Maybe. And we're going to get hatchery capacity, and we're also going to get incubation speed. I think that's probably a good idea at least once, right? Let me think about this. So if I add another hatchery, okay, let's think about this logically. I currently have 4 hatcheries, okay? We're going to do a little bit of mathematics, which is terrifying. I currently have 4 hatcheries. If I add another hatchery, I increase my production speed overall by 25%, because 4 to 5 is a 25% increase. So the incubation speed is better because it's increased by 30%, but what if we do it the other way? So if we get rid of this one, so I currently have 3, and it would be a 33% increase. Okay, so if you are going, this is interesting to know, I think, if you're going for maximum efficiency in terms of producing a number of dinosaurs, 2 hatchery capacity, 1 incubation speed is the optimal way to do it. There we go. Mathematics. Right, let's make a buttload of gallimimuses, and I do mean a buttload. They're all going to be default pattern. I think I need to see the default pattern one, but the default pattern one off the top of my head is very Jurassic Parkified, so it should be okay. At the end of the day, gallimimus is in Jurassic World as well. The gallimimus is in the film, also slightly different colour, but we'll just produce those to see what happens. Where have you gone? There you are. No, didn't mean to do that, but that's okay. Let's get the Trike sold. I'm sorry, love, you were here for a second and now you're gone, but I'm sure you had a great time. We all had a great time. Let's get her shot again, and while you're here, you can do a little drive-by refeeding. I am so hopeful we can get permanent refeeders. Or like automatically refeeding feeders in that upcoming patch. It is one of my most requested features. I know it is for a lot of people. You can even bring it in late in the game, you know, make it a research option, make it an optional upgrade to our feeders. Just stop making me do this every 5 bloody seconds. Anyways, moving on. So the problem is, this is problem number 1. Well, I think what we're going to do as well is we're going to cut this fence in because that's using up too much room for my liking. So let's kill a bit of this forest. Just going to bring that fence in, probably about in line with that forest right there. So the next scene in the film is the gallimimus scene. It's not the raptors. I wasn't 100% sure either way. I was hoping it was the raptor. They do occur at basically the exact same time. But the gallimimus... Oh my god, what the hell is that? Oh, no. Bad fence. Bad. The gallimimus scene and the Dilophosaurus, the raptor scene with the clever girl and such, are approximately at the same time. But the gallimimus scene definitely does occur first, so that's what we have to do first. That's kind of how this works, right? In terms of building these scenes. So my problem is the gallimimus scene wants to go over here on this right-hand side, as in on this bit, because this is a nice big wide open area. Whereas this, it gets a little bit thin over here because the innovation center cuts in. So we need to find a way to get a path. I don't know. I think we might just have to do it in the wrong order. All that? No, I'm having a little think. I'm having a little think, right? Because I was watching the scene. I watched the gallimimus scene just a minute ago, and let me just flatten this because it's going to bug the jeeps at me. There we go, lovely, lovely. That can stay. Bring that in a little bit more. If it sort of fades into the woods, it looks a little bit better, I think. So that looks nice and flat. In the gallimimus scene, right, there is this wide open area. Maybe this is enough. This is probably enough. I can always cut in the trees a little bit here, and then. So, there's like a dip, right? And then there's a hill behind the dip. I'm going to show you what I mean. Tell you what, let's just build the bloody thing, because we have to build it before we can bring in the galleys anyway. I'm going to cut in the trees here a little bit as well, just for the sake of trying to maximize this bit. I just want to make sure it really does feel like a big, wide open area. Okie dokie, flatten around there a little bit. Does it need it? Looked a little bumpy to me. A little bit bumpy. Yeah. Okay, plenty. Right. So, So, I don't know how we're going to do the log, by the way. I don't think that's ever going to work, but we'll give it a good old go. Let's go ahead and dip this down. So this is the mound. Right, that's probably about there. Now, it's not massive, but it is quite wide, so we're going to bring it all the way out here. We're going to use up most of this room on this, and the clever girl can be here at the end. It doesn't really need much for that. It's going to be like a line of trees and a nice little bunker at the end. Although, no, yeah, no, this should be fine, should be fine. Should be fine. It always should be fine, but it never actually is. Anyways, let's smooth this out. Smooth it out. It should just look like a little hill, a little dip in the field. That's kind of what it looks like in the film. According to my eyeballs, they haven't let me down yet. Is this max radius? Bloody Nora. I think it needs to be wider. Now that I look at it, I think the gap at the bottom, this bit, just needs to be a little wider. More like that, I guess. And smooth it out. Once more. Smooth it out. Just want it to look natural. At least from the top, you shouldn't have these like really sharp shadows, you know. It should kind of blend together a little bit more like that. That's better. I think that's okay. I think that's pretty similar. So Alan and Tim and Lex are kind of standing here, right? And they see the gallimimus is flocking sort of over there in the distance. There'll be about, I'm going to put a gate in there. The gallimimus is sort of over there. And then they start to sort of veer towards the group. And Tim's like, huh, they're flocking this way. And then they go, chuka, 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 chuka. And they all run down here towards us. And so everyone else turns around. They run down here. They jump over the log, log. Then they climb under the log after the gallimimuses have all gone past. And they look over in this direction. Now, in this area here, behind the log, it isn't actually a wide open field. There's a forest on the right-hand side, which we're going to buff up a little bit, because that's where the T-rex comes out of. But beyond that, it kind of hits a wall. You needed that sound effect to get it, didn't you? It kind of hits a wall of trees and forest. The field doesn't really extend past this point. So what we'll do is we're going to bring this out a little bit. And buff up the forest on the right hand side a little bit more. So it's something like that. You know what, we'll get rid of that as well. So this would be the log. And then you'd look over here and the T-rex goes, wah! And it eats them all. That's kind of the idea. I thought that was a goat then. Good luck, pal. I think I've decided this is now too much. I need to save at least a little bit of room for my... I'm going to just bring it in a little bit. That's not the most exciting thing in the world, but this is important, folks. Everything's important. Boom. I love this music. Not this bit, though. There's a little bit in a minute. I'll point it out. That's more like it. That's good. That's pretty good. And you don't really see much in the distance. I think it does drop down again beyond here. So there'll be like a lower part over here as well. Which is fine, we can always do the... I'm not going to knock it down too much, I'm going to smooth it out. Maybe I want to flatten that. Choka, 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 choka. If you don't make sound effects, are you really doing anything with your life? Choka, 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 choka. Where's the dip? The dip's there. Yeah, I just want this to feel like another little... hill. Not as big as the other because I do want to put the clever girl scene here and I don't want it to be on a massive dip. Who is possibly low health? Is it my bloody Triceratops again? I just healed you. Is it someone else? I hope it's the trike. And it sounds really mean, but I do hope it's the trike. It is the trike, okay. So, the next problem is getting a fence in here so the gallimimuses don't just run around the entire park, and also then hiding that fence. Now, we're going to put in a light steel fence and it is going to sort of disappear. It's going to kill the trees, right? But it's not a big deal. We can put the trees back on over the top afterwards and it'll be fine. So it'll look silly for a minute, but I will fix it. Do not worry, your pretty little heads. So I want them to go to about... This is the other problem. I'm going to have to put a tree line behind here to hide this fence. But we can just put some forest over that, that's fine. Yeah. Not a problem. Where's the fence here? There it is. There we go. That is our gallimimus paddock / exhibit. Got some trees there, and you won't notice a bloody thing. Trees will save the day. There we go. Lovely. In reality, I think if I was actually building this and trying to be as realistic as humanly possible, you'd pretty much have to use the entire map. This area is huge in the film. It goes on for miles. You can see these massive cliffs in the distance. It's a big old area, it really is. And really, in reality, this is kind of what we're going to have to deal with. And then this little bit over here can be our... You see how I'm just a little bit tight for space. Just a little bit. Especially because I'm going to have to put a fence here as well. I'm going to drag that one around there. Man, I need a bigger map. I need less trees. I think I've gone overboard. Maybe we should have killed this bit a little earlier. Anyways, it's time to get these gallimimuses shipped out. This is going to be most of the episode, just shipping gullies. Oh my god, we're going to need so many gullies. And we're going to have to give them food. Okay, they can have food for now. But when it comes to the final tour, we'll get rid of the food. I think that's the idea. Just put in a couple of feeders for now. I just don't want them to die. We'll give them some water as well. Again, there isn't any water in the thing. We'll get rid of this towards the end. It's just a case of let's not kill them instantly. We can kill them later on. But for now, let's try to keep them alive. I really wish I had 2 hatcheries. We're aiming for about 20. I don't really have an exact number in mind. We're aiming for a lot. Let's just put it that way. Lots would be nice. Many, many gallimimus. Right. Am I happy with everything? I think so. How do we even get here? Where's the path? It's in there somewhere. Right, so we need to put a gate. I'm thinking I might have this not have a road through it, because there isn't a road there in either of the versions. So let's just kill the trees here for a sec. Oh, that's water, BestInSlot. Well done. You know what I might do? No, we need that. We need that. Never mind. So let's have that just curl around like that. Tiny little baby. Kill this. Add lots of trees. No, not that many trees. You need to be able to drive through that. But you drive through there. You're going to approach from... This is the direction they'd approach from as well. They kind of walked forward this way. And then they saw the gallimimuses flocking over the hill from over there. And then they turned and they ran and they jumped up the log. And then they looked over there. And that's where the Rex was. Now, the log. How are we possibly going to do a log? I don't think I've got an idea, in all honesty. There isn't anything slightly log-esque. I could put a dead Dilophosaurus in. That's about the closest I'm going to get to a bloody log in this game. Which is a shame. Little decorations like that, I think, are absolutely necessary for this game. Absolutely. 100% necessary. It's just so hard to build a unique, beautiful park, because... Well, how can I? You know, what am I meant to do? I can't even put a bloody log in. The closest I can think of is using several ground herbivore feeders in a row, but that's just going to look stupid. I don't know. Maybe what I can do. Maybe... Okay, I've got a slight idea. It is a slight idea. Let's get rid of that there. I'm going to flatten that down first of all. Nah, we'll flatten all that later. It's just because the water's being a pain. The water is weird. It kind of just always sticks out in a way. It always has to make like... Why have you made a little hill? Why do you have a little hill? Is it because it wants to drop down for the water? That makes sense. So, let me just knock this down a bit more. We'll get there, folks. We'll get there. What we're going to do to make a... This is going to be so terrible. We're going to raise it up, right? That is the smallest it goes, and that's the biggest it goes. Look at that difference. Look at that. That's ridiculous. I don't understand. Okay. We're going to make a mound, and the mound will be the log. Okay? Now, that's too big, obviously. Okay, that's just... Okay, this is proving slightly more difficult than I wanted. This isn't going to work, by the way. There's no way this works. I just had to try something, you know? I mean... Maybe? I mean, it's better than nothing, I guess. Right? I just really want it to be thin. So it at least resembles a log a little bit. This whole area needs flattening behind here. I don't know if we're going to get any better than that, which is upsetting.
en route to
Right,
pick up
that's
the asset.
6 gallimimuses so far.
Confirming task.
Maybe I should keep most of them. Problem is you can only move 3 at a time, so that's actually where most of the, you know, the weight is going to come from. We should give them a little food in here. I want them to be alive. Temporarily, at least. I'm a nice guy. Oh my god. I'm a nice guy. I don't want all my dinosaurs to die instantly. Boop.
Adding task.
Hey, yeah, you know, they run over here, they jump over. Gallimimuses are going, like, leaping over this, chow, chow, and then they crawl underneath and they look over there, and I'd say that's pretty perfect on that side. This side, this tree line is definitely closer than I would like, but there isn't really anything I can do about that, unfortunately. What I'm thinking is this. Is that a terrible idea or not? I don't know. I mean, it makes it stick out more, which is good, but I'd also be lying if I said it looks like a log. It obviously doesn't look like a log. This is like a weird little strip. I don't even know what that looks like. It looks like a lollipop stick is what it looks like. Is there anything else? Is there an alternative of any description whatsoever for a log? I really don't think there is. I really think this might be the best we're going to get. I'm not convinced on the path. I'm going to keep it there for now. You guys can let me know in the comments down below whether we keep the path strip or not. But I'm going to keep the strip there at least. It's about whether the path gets added or not. There's also something else I want to try. Somebody mentioned I should do this. Just on this little bit here, where the Rex would break out, we're just going to put a light fence. It's not perfect, but at least it looks a little bit less there. It kind of blends in a little bit more, like maybe the Rex has broken out there already. I really still think we need a bigger fence as well. Ah, c'est la vie. Right. Away they go. That's numbers 4, 5, and 6. Via 5, 6. They're ready to release. Get them all out. Bingo, bango. Jobs are getting. So many gallimimuses. I'm really hoping the next patch they said they're going to make improvements to Isla Nublar. I'm really hoping one of them is that buildings like this don't need paths and don't need electricity. Because it's a sandbox mode, I just want to be able to do whatever the hell I want to be able to do. So having to connect my hatcheries and stuff is kind of a pain in the ass. But if they can get rid of that, that means in a case like this, let's say we were doing this again, what we could do is, we need to have more tasks here. What we could do is then have the hatchery actually just sitting there in the exhibit already, which would of course just make the whole process a whole lot easier. That's 10 gallimimuses so far. Right.
Delivery has been completed.
I do want them over here, but I also want... I'm going to put some water over here as well. Actually, what we might do is get rid of the water over here. And the food, and specifically try to get them over there on that side. That's where I want them to start off from, right? And then what we can do, when we're doing like the final thing, all the gallimimuses are going to be over here. And then what we can do is we can put the... We can get rid of the feeder and the water over here. We can get rid of the feeder over here, hide it over here. All the gallimimuses will start to move this way, and then we'll get the T-Rex in. And we'll do that in the final like run through to kind of like try to recreate the scene. That'd be pretty cool. I think. You, cheeky boy. Oh. I'd say the gallimimuses in Jurassic World, which is of course what these are based on, are maybe a little bit more, what's the word I'm looking for? I think the colouring is a little darker, perhaps, than the classic Jurassic Park ones. I don't know for sure. I'd have to check. Oopsie daisy. I think it was a little bit high on one side. I don't know if that's a good idea or not. I don't know. Gullies! Can I just please get, like, 4 going at once? I don't know why I'm doing this, like, bit part stuff. Also, I have no idea how many I've got. I think that's... This is 7, 8, 9. Alright, there should be 6 over here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then a cheeky one over there. Right, okay. I'm going to move over all these gullies, and because I love you guys so much and have no life, I will skip forward. So, I'll see you in a second. Right, okay, so I did a little research and it turns out there are exactly 24 gallimimuses in Jurassic Park, which means there are 24 gallimimuses in my Jurassic Park, and the last 3 are being shipped over right now. So whilst that's going on, we're going to release ourselves our Tyrannosaurus Rex. Same skin as the other one because of course it has to be the same Rexy from earlier in the park. Looking lovely, babes. Looking lovely. And to stretch. Oh god. That's a hell of a tongue, love. That's a hell of a tongue. So I'm going to shoot you in the face. I need to think about this. Right, we can always get more gallimimuses. I think what we're going to do is maybe temporarily house the... We can't just have the T-Rex staying here for all of next episode, because she will kill every single gallimimus. They are bringing in a feature wherein carnivores don't really hunt and kill unless they're hungry. So hopefully, in theory, if you keep a carnivore well fed, they won't necessarily kill anything that they're living with. It should make certain situations a lot easier, less relentless fighting and hunting and such. But if that's not in the game yet, basically, so if I put my T-Rex in here and leave her in here, she will just slaughter the gallimimuses one by one. Now, we obviously want to see her kill a gallimimus. That's how we're going to end the episode. That has to happen. But I don't want to see her kill all of the gallimimuses. So what we'll do is we'll move her in, we'll see her get a kill, and then we'll move her back. And then we'll do this next episode, and then we'll move in the Rex for the finale at the end. It's all going to be a little bit higgledy-piggledy. But that's okay, I'm down with the higgledy-piggledy. I think that is everyone moved over. Right, most of the galleys should be over here. A lot of them aren't. But most of them should be in this sort of area. Might be able to make a little bit more room there if I pull this fence forward. I'm not sure having a blank fence there's a big deal. Anyways, most of the gallimimus is over there. So let me have a little think. How are we going to do this? Okay. What I think we're going to do is we're going to get the Rex moving over now. We need to keep track of how many gallimimuses die. Also, where's the edge of the map? There. Right. I want the Rex to go into the tree line if at all possible. I suspect not. I can put it there. Awesome. I want it like there. Right, I want to put it down in the forest. Now, as the Rex is getting moved over, what we're going to do, I'm going to delete the food over here. And the water. And we're going to move it over onto this side. There wasn't any water over here, but for the sake of making this happen, we'll have a little bit there. You don't need much. And we'll put in a little feeder as well. So, imagine you are Lex and Tim Such. You're standing over here looking out over the galleys. They are literally, well, that one is. The others were considering it.
Asset being transported.
They're flocking this way. Look at this charging right towards me. And then, okay, I need more of them. Come on, guys. You need juke from side to side. Jump over the log. Hide here as they all run past. Look at them jumping over the log, sort of ish. Pow! Very cool. And then you crawl, if you're not bothering, but you crawl under it and you look over there. And the gallimimuses are running that way, and then the T-Rex bursts through the tree line and eats them. I moved them over maybe a little bit too quickly. These helicopters are hella slow, but it's fine. It's fine. It's the closest we're going to get. I think it's cool. And then we're going to move the Rex back before it kills them all. Oh, bloody Nora. And then for the raptors, what are we going to do? You're going to walk through, I think we're just going to have like a little path through the trees that you walk through, and you end up coming out here, right? And you walk forward, and the bunker's going to be... about there. And then down here to the left is where Muldoon would walk. It's only a little area, so you want the Sattler to run. I'll maybe cut the trees in here a little bit. Bunker, and she survives. And that's about all I've got. It's gonna be good. It's gonna be good. And then we'll do like a little tour episode as well. Acknowledged.
Delivery has been completed.
Okay, we're ready. We'll sit here. And the Rex should burst out of the tree line on the right hand side. In theory. In theory. We hope and... There it is! Yeah, that's not bad! It's maybe a little bit further away than I would have liked, I think. Let's get a good close-up look at that. Lovely stuff. Beautiful, beautiful snap. Look at how it eats. Is it going to go kill more of them? Let's just going to chow down for a little bit. Right, Rexy, had a little meal. That was pretty cool. How it came out of the tree line was pretty cool. I think what we maybe need to do is bring this tree line a bit closer in. The Rex should really be coming out, instead of down here, it should be more about probably here, I'd say, in terms of scale compared to the log. So I might bring the whole thing in a little bit. But other than that, pretty cool. It works surprisingly well, I think, having it come out of the trees. Oh, is she going again? That's what I mean, right? The Rex is no longer hungry, but that will not stop her just murdering every single gallimimus at all. She doesn't care. She will just continue to slaughter them all forever. Whereas in the next update, which is a really cool one, she won't do that anymore. She will literally just chill now and hang around the gallimimuses until she's hungry again, and then she'd kill another one. It will be interesting to see whether they are programmed to prioritize living creatures or feeders, because that's going to determine how well carnivores can live together and such, or live with herbivores, as is the case. Right, Rexy, you have to go home until next episode, okay? Or until the episode after, so. And I also need a couple more gallimimuses, because 2 of them have just died. Anyways, we're going to end it there. Thank you for joining me. Let's try that in English. Thank you for joining me, ladies and gentlemen. We'll be back next episode with our clever girl raptors. I believe we need just 2 raptors to actually appear in that scene. I don't think any more actually show, because the others are at the visitor center at that point in time. So 2 raptors. How does a raptor get into the bunker with Arnold? Wasn't the door shut? How did they get in the first place? I never thought about that. I'm sure there's a reason, but I don't know. I need 3. God damn it, Rexy. Can you shoot her a little quicker, please? She's just slaughtering my dinosaurs. Let's get them shipped out. At least she's eaten them. There's no corpses. Anyways, yes, we're going to end it there. Thank you for joining me. I'll see you lovely folks in next time. If you've got any suggestions or ideas, and please opinions on my weird little log thing. I'm not convinced either way yet, so I'd love some ideas from you guys. And ideas on the clever girl. And I'll see you lovely folks then in what will be the final building episode of this series. Thanks for joining me. Cheers, much love as always. Bye-bye. Quick little shout out at the end. This video and others like it would not be possible at all without the support of you guys watching me at home, and also everyone on this Patreon page right here who supported me in the last month. If you want to help out as well, you can do so at patreon.com/bestinslot. Every little really helps. Cheers.